is essential to the outcome. The attitude that we have is essential to whether we pass the test. Not so much that we just get what we want or reach where we want to reach, but that we pass that challenge, that test of maybe patience, that test of our resilience, that self restraint, whatever the test is, right? So we thank God. We thank God this morning for sunshine. We thank Him for rain, and the clouds are overhead, not pouring in the west that much, not hitting the roof of the studio at the moment, but certainly signs that some rains are soon, are close. Then again, with all things, God knows best, and it might be it blows over as well. Sometimes we can only see so far. We can only see so far as to what is coming. And sometimes over the horizon, there's clear skies and hot sunshine. So let us live with understanding. Let us live with that consciousness of thought and continual gratitude to God for life, the most important gift, but for all that life brings, right? Life brings rain and sunshine. They don't bring just what you want when you want it alone. And the earth would be barren if it was only for sunshine, right? We wouldn't have food and water. We'd have to do desal for sure. And desal seems like an expensive option for us and for others. But we would not thrive as much as we do thrive as a people and humanity in general if it was not for this rainfall. We look on at what is taking place in Jamaica, the assistance being offered, the cleanup, and even the hardship that some people are still going through. And we make a renewed call for Trinbagonians to help, right? There are collection points at every corporation, and there are also private entities that have been doing their part as well. Some of us Muslims just make me proud sometimes, and I want to say, and it was on the headlines of the papers yesterday, I got tied into conversation and I didn't have the opportunity to mention something that is positive as well. So the concerned Muslims for Trinidad and Tobago would have organized some substantial assistance, aid and assistance, and some of its members, right, assalamu alaikum to them, they're probably busy on the ground, don't have the opportunity to listen in, but their family members may Allah bless them, may God bless them richly for their efforts. And they are on the ground, some of them are on the ground in Jamaica doing distribution and assistance. We make ourselves proud sometimes, right? I appreciate the efforts, and all of us who can make an effort to assist, please do. The situation is extraordinary. It's not a normal situation, and the Jamaican people, the Cubans as well, the Haitians as well, are in need of assistance. I was happy to hear the Prime Minister also mention Cuba, because sometimes the English-speaking Caribbean forgets or overlooks, Cuba and other brothers and sisters that we have. Haiti, for example, as well. Sometimes, and maybe I'm speaking about myself because there are Trinbagonians who never forget Haiti. Good morning, Daniel. Always speaking on Haiti and always cognizant at the contribution that Haiti has made to the Caribbean and the Americas in terms of our freedom from slavery and colonization, right? So sometimes we forget, me, and we should not forget our brothers and sisters. Good morning to all those who are conscious enough to understand and to remember the role that Trinidad and Tobago has continually played in the Caribbean as well. We are a kind people. We are people who are full of love. Yes, this evil of greed and selfishness, materialism and stuff has creeped into certain aspects of our culture, and we fight against it and we rebuke it, right? We trying to cast away that evil. As Presley said, that greed, that selfishness, right? We're trying to combat it. And the best way to combat it is through, prayer and those acts of charity and kindness. So make the effort, God willing, right? Make that effort. See whatever you can give and assist with, right? That is an absolute blessing, and the people within the region who have been struck so hard by Hurricane Melissa would absolutely enjoy and be grateful for it. We could take a quick look at the news, right? Let me just run across to the headlines. I think I congratulated the West Indies team on their series win. I think I've mentioned Akil Hussein's name a number of times. Really appreciate the efforts. I didn't watch the Super Over, but it would be amiss of me if I did not congratulate him and the team by extension. Continually, hope provides hope for us. I don't know, in the last game, I can't remember how much he scored, but throughout the series. And we look forward to brighter things. I now remember there was something essential I wanted to mention, in particular pertaining to the West Indies team. I've seen that they've taken on board a psychologist, and that mental aspect of our game, not just our game, that mental aspect of our development in Trinidad and Tobago is an area in which we must recognize we need work, we need help. And I'm glad, because I've been talking about it here for the West Indies team in particular. And I'm glad that there is a recognition of that need, and there has been action to ameliorate that need. There's been action to take care of that need of the players, because psychologically that strength has to be there if you are going to perform at a top level. If you are going to perform in life, right? The first effort, the first battle is a mental one. And we must be able to succeed mentally. We must have the strength of the Gardners and the Lloyds and the Chandler Pauls and the Malcolm Marshalls we must have that type of mental strength to be the best. You must have the mental strength of our Brian Lara, of our Dwight York. I don't know if you all have had the pleasure of interaction or even just having a look at them in their prime and seeing the levels of concentration, seeing the levels of self-belief, confidence. Good morning, Ambassador Bravo. Dwayne Bravo has many skills, but his biggest skill is confidence. I don't know who don't know. Well, now you know, right? Unmatched, sometimes unbelievable confidence, right? Big up my brother, right? Good morning to you and good morning to everyone. That mental strength, that self-belief, sometimes self-belief beyond ability. Nah, that's not even correct. I'm taking that back. Because once you have that self-belief and the determination to match it, then the ability can be developed. It is there. And I play sports as well, so I know it. I know it. When you put your head down, trust me, you're going to put down so many other things, so many catches, so many goals, so many other things. And it applies to life as well. It applies to life. So I saw that development and I was pleased to see the recognition of the issue and an effort to combat it. And I'm saying to Trinbagonians, we may not have the ability or the access to that level of professional help, but know thyself. Try to understand yourself and pick yourself up, because you are responsible for you and you have to be the one to channel your mind and to harness your strength and your confidence and your ability so that you can succeed. Whether it's a song, whether it is affirmations, whether it is talking to someone who, that's someone who's encouraging, whether it's listening to the program on a morning. I hope that I could provide some of that encouragement on a morning. Whatever it is, feed yourself with that positivity. Feed yourself, because it is essential. It is essential to survive. It is essential for success. And I would like to see that effort being mirrored in our football team and other sporting arenas as well. I would really like to see that. We have tremendous challenges ahead of us, even nationally on that level, with our Trinidad football team, right? Trinidad and Tobago football team. And I feel as though many of the boys need it. They need that mental help, right? That assistance as well, because some of them are unbelievable talent. Some of them have it. I see the signs in Sealy Spice. I see some of the ability there. Well, Levi is phenomenal. Bagged another one for his club in Russia. yesterday or day before. Can't stop him scoring. So we have work to do, and we need to pay attention to our people and help to lift our people. All right, we take the break and then we'll be back, and then we could go into the dailies. All right, blessings to everyone. We take the short break.
Hey Richard, you know I have been saving every month so that I could set up a fund for the grandkids. But I would really like a place where the money is actually making dollars and cents to me.
Boy, TBLA has a proven track record of high returns. I actually trust them with my family's future. My father saved there, and now I save in there. My future is secure. Invest where you and your family's money would be safe.
I want quality and security.
Visit TBLA and find out which investment is right for you. For more info, visit tblamortgages.com. TBLA, a secure home to invest.
Blessings in the wonderful name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. You are invited to listen to the Final Hour broadcast heard every Monday
from 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. in the morning on the Street 919 FM.
Hear my mom, Pastor Helen Garcia, and myself, Pastor Valentine Garcia Jr., preach the Word of God to the elderly, youth, and children. We can be contacted at 629-0113 or 623-8444. The church is located at 26 Prince Street in Port of Spain. We look forward to you joining us. God bless you.
As my life I lay it on the altar, as my life.
The Gap Man Limited specializes in products that cater to all your health needs. The Male Enhancement Package targets the areas of the body that contribute to erectile dysfunction. The Male Enhancement costs $1,400. The Gap pills are priced at 250 pills for $500 and 500 pills for just $900. For the best in eye care, get the super combination of a Super Bright and the Body Healer. To improve the heart's function and circulation, get the Gap pills and Formula C. To get a total body cleanse daily, use the Gap Body Healer and Big C, all for a super low price of $1,300. To order your products from the Gap Man Limited, call 628-4531 for products that cater to all your health needs.
For more info, contact 476-7268.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Merry Christmas.
Starting November 1st, we kick off the Parang and Christmas season right here. Ready to hear your song? Email us your request at street919music@gmail.com with your contact number, and you will get to shout out your music on the air.
The Embassy Yacht is back and ready to transform your events into unforgettable experiences. Launched from Kings Wharf, San Fernando, the perfect starting point for an epic experience of luxury, music, and celebration on the open water. By booking our vessel, your event will include a house DJ, state-of-the-art sound system, fully stocked bar, dedicated cleaning crew, top-notch security. This isn't just a venue, it's a floating masterpiece designed to make your event the talk of the town. Imagine your guests dancing under the stars, drinks in hand, with breathtaking views of the coastline as your backdrop. From birthdays to corporate events to exclusive parties, the Embassy Yacht offers promoters a unique platform to create unforgettable memories and boost your brand's reputation. Call or WhatsApp 399-5959 or email embassycruises@gmail.com.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
And we are back. Good morning again, Trinidad and Tobago, and all those listeners across the, I'm sure the Caribbean as well, and the wider diaspora. Thank you all very much for choosing us, 91.9 FM. And as the others say, share the live as well. We are back up on YouTube. We were down yesterday. I don't know who got carried away and probably was playing endless soca or endless calypso and got pulled. But it's back up now, so we could view and listen. Of course, we are on 91.9 FM live and Facebook as well, my Facebook as well. So thank you all, and thank those who constantly give us that support and listening here. First up on the news, PM makes first official visit to Tobago, and a picture of Chief Secretary Farley, all smiles. And of course, we understand that he has a tremendous road ahead in terms of making that effort to deliver to Tobago. He would have had the challenge before of dealing with a PNM central government and starvation, pressure, strategically so, not affording them the economic ability to really deliver to the people, and challenging this adversarial politics that we are involved in. It has its pros and its cons. It has its effect, and it has its natural effects as well. Things that naturally politicians would do, right? And many of them follow that continual rubric. It is not something new to see certain actions, but they have that opportunity now where funding is available to them, record funding, and they would do their best, I'm sure. This is also a pro of the system as well, a positive part of it, in so much that if work is not done, if delivery is not made, if promises are not kept, then especially Tobagonian people, they will turn on you. I hope people understand that. And I said during the last THA elections, I wish Trinidadians was more like Tobagonians in that level of thinking, and in the level of thinking that they are even willing to embrace outside of what is traditional. They will move to even non-traditional, something new. It could be blue, it could be green, and that sometimes works. It works for them as well. It works in the sense that the administrator, the politician, now understands that he must, or else, right? And we have to create situations where we will get delivery of what we want in Trinidad and Tobago. We have to pay attention. We have to be vocal. Well, I don't want to say we have to be vocal, because this has been an extremely vocal time. Of course, under the auspices of continual chain up by the PNM, under the auspices of also these bloggers. I think they're saying that news source has disappeared from online. I made a quick check as well, and I didn't see some of her pages, I think, but I did it quite quickly, so I'm not 100% certain. But I would have sat here as well and spoken about that. Not to go too far. So, the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago is visiting the Chief Secretary on her first official visit to Tobago. And of course, they would have a lot to discuss in terms of the, tremendous allocation that has been given to them, and also the projects that are aimed at Tobago, which will benefit Trinidad and Tobago. Again, I am specifically not an advocate for too much separation. I want to encourage us across the two islands to unite as closely as possible. We are intertwined with brothers and sisters, literally some of us, back and forth, intermarried, intermingled, intermixed, all kind of thing. We is one family. So the Prime Minister on that important trip to Tobago, dealing with those issues, the allocation and projects that they have earmarked for Tobago, and also I'm sure having other discussions that are important to the people. Let me just scroll along. A release from the Office of the Prime Minister stated that her remarks will highlight the government's ongoing work to expand social and economic opportunity, enhance public administration, and strengthen national unity through practical, people-centered governance. The itinerary includes a visit to Signal Hill Secondary School, a courtesy call on the THA Chief Secretary at his office, a visit to the Office of the Prime Minister, Central Administrative Services, Tobago, a feature address at the THA Legislature. Alright, that's one to look for. Informal meeting with the THA Executive Council, and a reception in honor of the Prime Minister, hosted by the Chief Secretary and his wife at the Prime Minister's official residence in Tobago. Alright, so a lot taking place in Tobago, and I think this would have been over the span of yesterday into today, so I would want to pay attention to the address of the legislature. I would want to hear what she has to say. I mean, specifically pertaining to Trinidad and Tobago as well. Obviously, it would not be limited to Tobago only. Yes, it would be tailored because she is there, but of course there are some wider issues as well facing all of Trinidad and Tobago that she may touch on. So interesting, and we can pay attention to that. All the best to Farley Chavez Augustine carrying the name Chavez as well. I always wonder about that name and the inspiration from his parents. If it is indeed Hugo Chavez he's named after as well, that's an interesting one as well. And in my opinion, one that speaks volumes to the consciousness of his parents, again in my opinion, and speaks towards hopefully what he is as well. We are encouraged, in particular Muslims, and I'm sure other people do it as well, to name our children with meaningful names that they can aspire to, that they can pattern after, that can actually direct them in their lives. And if all you want to know what my name means, go and check it out, right? My full name you could check out, but Fuad means the heart. So you try to name your children, particularly in our tradition and our religion, things that they will follow, right? Things that inspire them, things that are extremely positive and have depth and meaning. Yeah, so interesting, Mr. Chavez, right? Of course, in our news as is our continual challenge as well, crime, and we saw a contractor killed in Rio Claro. Very concerning as well. The continual challenge of crime, the continual challenge that we face of our citizens killing each other, right? Not being able to resolve issues in a manner that is civil, and resorting to the ultimate of taking the lives of their fellow men. And we have our problems still, of course. Yes, in terms of the politics of the whole matter, they will say, and it is extremely true, that there has been a decrease, etc. But no loss of life is acceptable, especially in this manner. And we have a lot of work to do. We have a lot of work to do in terms of how we socialize our young ones and how we socialize within our society so that we can mediate and deal with the problems that we have. So that disputes over things, disputes over material things, land, money, whatever, does not result in the taking of life. And of course, I always lean on my teachings and beliefs. And other people within the society would subscribe to concepts that are very similar. Not just similar, but concepts that we understand, because if we have a little experience, we would know that what goes around comes around. And that what you put forth in terms of evil does not bear good fruit. You may think that you succeed, but in the long run, it does not work out to your benefit. Ask the elders. Ask the elders, and of course, ultimately you will pay for your wrong. Ultimately. So let us find better ways to deal with whatever issues that we have. And let us shape a society as well that can bring a certain level of access to justice, so that we do not even contemplate this violence as a necessary resort, as a resort. So, of course, instances like these continue, and our commiserations are extended to the family of that individual, and all that comes from it, you know. Now the police is engaged now, whatever else, destruction of whatever. Sometimes you destroy the fabric of a village or a community with some of these acts as well, you know, because it has a result. You get caught. But I don't want to dwell too much on that, and that continual challenge that we have. It is something that we need to continue to combat. It is something that we need to deal with, as we have said before, culturally and socially. It is something that we need to wean out of our society from the children, because we could already identify that there is a issue with violence, right? And we'll take the calls as well. Good morning, caller.
Good morning. Good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm there, man. Not too bad. And you?
Yeah, by the grace of God, man.
Yeah, man. Always by the grace of God. It raining by you? How the weather?
Yeah, it's raining up on this side, man. It's looking very, very, very dismal.
Well, I'm looking outside right now and I can't see anything. I want to doubt that it's so dark. But I'll check it out in a little bit when I exit in the studio. Go ahead,
Might have some rainy day to you.
All that in it, man. We dance in the rain. Just dry up after. Dry up after.
True.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I very sure this morning. The Minister of Parables, Roger Alexander.
The Minister of what?
The Minister of Parables.
Oh, Minister of Parables. Okay.
Yeah,
I know I hear something strange. All right. They add that to his portfolio. I don't know that one.
Yeah. You remember, you always started talking in parables for you to understand the same. If I just eat a banana, could you see it? And many more. 3 plus 3 is not 6, it's 9. And anyhow, let me stop before I get sick.
But why are you taking that so seriously?
No, because in the Ministry of National Security, you need level-headed thinking. I should say, an individual. Mr. Alexander has proven himself that he don't have a clue about this job. I am calling for the removal of the Minister of Parables this morning.
Yeah, I wouldn't agree with you there. I would think that we have identified he may have a little challenge in terms of his ability to articulate, to express at times, but in terms of not having a clue, I wouldn't go so far. But I understand where people may find an issue as well. I feel there's a lot of room for improvement, but I wouldn't totally, I wouldn't throw him down so hard, man. I don't think that's fair.
Mr. Fuad, it always have room for improvement.
Yeah, man.
It has people who come into office, Look, I'm listening to people like Hans from the Roman thing in Parliament, and I think he is going fine, but still room for improvement. I mean, you're new on the job. So, yes, there will be room for improvement, and you'll come short here and there. But at the same time, Mr. Fuad, Mr. Alexander clowns too much with a serious job like now. When we had people like Mr. Hines, I mean, everybody cry on Hines, Even PNM people cry on Mr. Hines, because he talked a lot and he wasn't acting.
Yeah.
I could say the same for the Minister of Parables in some sense, because serious matters. He laughs at it. The sky is falling, the sky is falling. If the sky is falling and people think that the sky is falling, calm the people's fear. You are telling people not to listen to social media. But Mr. Fuad, it's true to social media that a lot of people knew what was taking place on Friday. If we were waiting for Mr. Alexander, which is our National Security Minister, we wouldn't have known anything. And when people looking to correct you, like Minister Mr. Marvin, this thing could have used pull out a plastic bag and blowing it. I don't know where Mrs. Kamala Pisasa will put him. I don't know if he could fit in anywhere, but that is me. For me, Mr. Fuad, I think Mr. Alexander is not taking this job very, very serious, as he ought to take it. And I'm calling for his removal this morning. Thank you, Mr. Fuad.
Yeah, man. Thank you very much. Good morning, KFC.
Good morning. Blessed morning, Fuad.
Hey, blessed morning
Fuad,
to
so early
you.
this morning, we come out balance the house, or what?
Lady man, go
You
ahead.
call it for Alexander. He's in a position, huh? Alexander not getting any foot wet in the politics. Alexander doing a better job. You can't put Alexander put in Heinz shoe.
Yeah.
Heinz are the highest medal rate. 3 gold medal, bronze, silver, and gold.
Yeah.
Alexander is a man who get wet in the politics. And plenty people, the young toddle, will understand where Alexander we coming from. You know understand?
Yeah. And the results,
People will understand a big word.
the results are important as well, and we've seen some positive results in terms of what the police are able to do and national security. And also listen to, yes, sometimes the way he expresses himself, but listen to, you have to be careful with social media or social media.
Yeah.
And some of those people on social media who have now disappeared. News source really disappeared? She gone?
Now she just say propaganda behind it, but who I know well the public and public, you see the four state, the 1% media and them, TV6 and CMC3, them cause real panic to it.
Yeah.
Already the social media, then them are doing a good job, but you see the post I see Mark Posan come and hold a press conference. We get that he talk to the government officials, he talk to Roger Alexander, he talk to nobody, but he just come and hold a press conference and all them kind of thing there.
Yeah.
So Alexander staying right there. So you got vex for the next 4.5 years, staying right there. Bless.
All right, blessings. And I mean, it's the nature of politics as well. So people would want to see the existing party having challenges and also dealing with them
Good morning.
in a manner.
But I find Mr. Alexander really and truly, Mr. Alexander can't speak. He can't speak at all. They asked him a question and like he's fumbling. And he was in the police force a long time. He can't speak. Honest to God, I'm talking the truth. He can't speak. And I listen to him all the time. He can't speak. You need to come up with some more thing that he can't speak properly.
All right, thank you.
KFC is only just talk to the top of his mouth. He does not nothing, but he just talk. Right? That is my comment. I know Mr. Alexander is listening every time. He can't speak for a big man. He can't. All right.
Yeah. Thank you very much. So, our cabinet will be made up of different people from different walks of life with different skill sets. The proof is in the pudding, and we appreciate that the barometer in terms of crime, there are improvements, and we hope and we want to continue working towards doing better. Right, go ahead, Kingsley, welcome.
Good morning to you and good morning to the listeners. What a Tuesday morning, blessed Tuesday morning. And KFC Baka like that, forward like that bad. You see what that them two callers calling and do they? Yeah. So just now we got to go and how we program we got to listen to these kind of imps and pimps and chimps calling in with the agenda. Just now we going on the government station where we have to listen to we UNC talk because this is BSN. This morning maybe going to talk and Baka always lifting it up and putting it on a platter. Like he's something a PNM agenda yonder, he not for country. It has callers with calling really independent. But these callers is PNM. We know them. We listen for them for years. We battle with them for years. So we could say that we battle with them. You push at the arena and having these imps and chimps calling you don't know nothing. That's on the agenda.
Everybody entitled to their opinion.
I know that.
I
know that. There's these people on the agenda. There's nasty agenda. Going to disrupt the program early. And here you think, I ain't staying long. You lie, you come to stay long. You lie, you come to stay long. And get me vexed here. I get it, yeah, you know. Because I know all you not for country boy. Only for PNM country, not for country, right? PNM, once PNM running this country, only okay with that. Only alright. The country could burn down, only okay, but once I Indian, running the country, then the racist, only boy, then the racist, only is, I'm not racist. It's what policies bring, boy, I support, boy. Me not support somebody because they're black, boy, I don't do it. I don't do it.
Yeah, I never heard him say anything about that here. I don't know if he has said that before, but what he was dealing with in particular, he's entitled to his opinion.
Of course, everybody entitled in the view.
Yeah.
And I always we defend I'm the naked view. But the foolishness, the agenda, I come to expose it.
Yeah.
I come to expose it and let them know, don't come in no stick. Come brave. Do like me. Support some members, stop hiding behind something, and that was over what they can't beat me with. I stand on ground and I support somebody, and I come on brave and I defend them no matter what. I don't come to try to be independent or try to be politically correct or try to be intelligent. That's what I'm over to do. I am real, and the realest they could get from me, I would tell you in your face. Not because they give an officer a harm. I wouldn't tell you in your face you're wrong. I don't like what you do. I will be deceitful to myself.
Yeah.
As I close, I want to say to the new opposition leader into Guyana, I spent 4 hours yesterday on my device watching the. Yes, yeah. But come on, I follow somebody, somebody, you know.
I watch some clips from it, man.
Well, I follow somebody, though. I follow him from leaving the big house, because like, I have him on camera all down the highway with it. I'm going to give it to the parliament. First time I ever see Guyana parliament in my life. And I believe in the next 4 years, I'm going to be in Guyana parliament on social media. So I'm getting enough knowledge to know about Guyana, the roads, the community. Because when you follow somebody, you start to live with them on social media. And that says social media is the best thing God ever make. one of the best thing God ever make for human being to do the things it should, because the mainstream media over the years has been lying to us.
Yeah.
The mainstream media over there been lying to us. Individuals on the whole been lying to us. Now we could push our own agenda. We could set it the way it's supposed to set. So if the mainstream media come and show you a piece of thing, we have the whole video on social media. We see the whole thing. That is why I will always defend social media and say let social media be free. Do not try to put no guard on social media. It's for you to read and know what is facts and what is not is facts. You see me if you're reading a Bible book or a Quran book, or some witch book or some magical book. It's how far you want to go and how far you want to understand. It's simple, because it has people that read and don't understand. It has people that read and understand, and that is just the facts. But again, I always cry for Tobago and Trinidad to remain as one. Tobago need Trinidad. Trinidad need Tobago. We are one. We cannot allow Tobago going on their own. No way. We must always give. We must always treat, because Tobago is our bloodline. You see now, and Tobago does understand we is the bloodline, and Tobago must move away from this we boy and this we girl, because you would never see a Trini politicians win in the UNC. Now today, Farley Party is a B team of the UNC because UNC can't go down with no seat. If UNC form a party, go up against Farley, PNM and Watson Juke, UNC will never even get 1 seat. If you forward from a party, and go up against Farley and Watson Juke, you will never win. I see it years. Since I see it years in this country, Tobago only votes for we boy and we girl. It is the only thing I have a problem with. They have to move from that. And I believe that is a different race. And a different kind of race, I say African and Indian race, that different kind of race. Because how could you only vote for we boy and Harry Gill for 60 and 40 years. You never get, look how much party I see leave here. We have good intention for Tobago. Very good intention for Tobago. And when they go up there to fight the election, because a top win already, because he's Harry boy, PNM win already, because it's Harry boy and Harry Gill. Farley come and win, because there was Harry boy and Harry Gill. Tobago people, because Tobago people leave Tobago and come down Trinidad here and be politicians, be prime minister, be minister. So all Tobago people have to know I'm Tobago here. People want to blame Trinidad and Tobago, but Trinidad, people want to blame Trinidad. Trinidad have so much love for Tobago. We go up there, we spend money, we go in the hotel, we go down, we ride the boat, we spend lots of money in Tobago, Trinidadians. And Tobago to me, I love Tobago. I love Tobago. I never want to see Tobago leave us, but Tobago to me is very ungrateful. I take no apology for saying this. Tobago to me, put me in my grave for saying this. Tobago to me is very ungrateful to Trinidad and Tobago. Very ungrateful. Because I understand, keep your culture. Keep your culture. Don't change your culture for nobody. But we, end of the day, you know what I mean, always speak like Grenadians and back. I don't have a problem with that. Keep our culture, speaking the way we're speaking, moving the way we're moving. But if a good person from Trinidad come out there to try to fight a TAG election, why for over 60 years? I like why UNC here. This is why UNC stopped fight the TAG election, because they realize that we can't win. So if we can't win now, we have to use somebody who we know that we're going to pick. And then when they pick the person, and now I said the LA, Farley hands in Kamala hands. Look, big fanfare for the Prime Minister coming to Tobago. I never see it since I followed politics that the TAG leader never say over London do manning that and whatever, and who I followed for over the years over London time and Jack time and whatever, the top man who built a house of a pumpkin and thing. I never see that a TAG went to the airport to meet a Prime Minister from Trinidad and Tobago with his cabinet, with his cabinet, and induce. It was like a foreign ship. It was like an international ship. I said, this is partnership. I said, this is wasn't joke. It ain't gonna work. After I see what take place there wasn't joke. The letter you write for Kamala Prasad, this asking her for work. Farley don't want to get the work. So he come and Gary Griffith and Philip right now. Farley don't want to get the work. So Farley and his wife keeping a big function. Good to see. It is an official. Wow. Yeah. I go on.
All right, man. Yeah, you call back to respond to.
No, I just want to remind Kinsey that I was the one who had given the rag to wipe his face when he was trying to see Kamala and she didn't want to see him. Her security officers, I was to guide him and put him out the gate. You probably would have seen the video, Mr. Ford, where he started to cuss and get on. Because he wanted to eat. He said he didn't get no food. And he started to cuss and to see Kamala. And the man real cry, he could come back, he real cry. We had also pat him on the back and thing and escort him out of things like cool it, boy, cool it. She go see a cool it.
I don't know nothing
so
about
I just
that.
want to remind
I never see the video. All right.
Yeah. It was all up on Facebook. Kinsey crying like a little baby in Pampers, and I was to literally guide him out the gate because.
Oh God, sorry. My apologies. My finger was on the. Sorry about that. So if you could call back, I hung up on you by mistake, right? I haven't seen that video. I don't know about that, but interesting. Morning, brother. You've been trying to get in there. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I've been trying. I was wondering if we don't have our views over.
No, well, I know you were listening as well, so you know that Kingsley was on, and sometimes he's a little long.
Okay. Well, I hope your finger is not on the trigger to happen to what?
Nah, not yet. Nah, not yet.
Not yet. Well, okay. So, what this gentleman says is actually true. There is a video. Sorry that you didn't see it.
Right.
Right? So they eventually call him the roti man, crying for a roti. Right?
All right.
So let's move on. I heard your defense of Alexander. Quite calm. You know that for the past few weeks and months, your demeanor has changed. You have become very calm. Very, how to put it, willing to accept and wait and have patience for change. We have a national security minister who is making a clown of himself. But we must sit back and results. Look at the results.
Yeah. It have some positive results.
Come on, brother. Come on, brother.
You would at least admit that, right?
I would agree. Let's as you have this conversation, yes, the murder rate has gone down.
Yeah.
But has nothing to do with what Alexander is doing.
All right.
It has to do with the first state of emergency, proven that the murder rate started to go down then. When they got into office, they're the same people who was making noise for that same state of emergency. And when they got into office, they gave us that same state of emergency. And the Prime Minister said to us when she went to the UN, well, I say, well, then, it is difficult to say what you say in here now when the Prime Minister went to the UN and tell us, hey, you know what Trump is doing, carried on the murder rate in Trinidad and Tobago? So I asked the question. So then the Prime Minister tell him, the Commissioner of Police and all them not working. If Trump carried on the murder rate because of what he's doing outside, then what you saying there that didn't make no sense? Alexander ain't working. The state of emergency is working. Let's be logical, as you are saying. I ain't say it. It's the Prime Minister say it.
Yeah, obviously that point would not be exclusive. If there is a contribution positively because of the
well, right,
of the
so that's my
drugs,
point. If she is saying that,
yeah,
then I ask the question, what is Alexander and the Commissioner of Police doing if Trump action carried on the murder rate in Trinidad and Tobago? So when Trump leave, what will happen?
But that's what I'm telling you. It's not exclusive. So his actions in the Caribbean Sea will not be... Listen. I'm saying that those actions are not exclusive. It is not just that would have carried down the murder rate. And even if she says that it is helping to carry down the murder rate, or she excludes saying helping and she says it carrying down the murder rate, it is not exclusive, so that it does not allow for whatever Alexander or other people are doing to contribute to the murder rate going down. For a matter of fact, let me tell you something, because I am connected with the ground, right? I know the amount of work that is being done to engage with individuals who are involved in certain activities to stop these activities that are taking place.
So wait now, I heard the same question being asked in the Parliament. How many people in the Parliament? Or somewhere I heard somebody asking the question, stating the same statistics you stated, right? Murder rate has gone down, X amount of people has been charged under the state of emergency, X amount of people has been arrested. I think it was in the Parliament. Yeah. Stating how many people was arrested under the state of emergency. But the question was asked, there is no way in that information that the government brought how many people was charged. So yes, we understand all what you're saying because there's a state of emergency and Harry could call the police station and say, John down the road have drugs and the police don't need a warrant to run into your house. Yeah. We understand all of that. Right? Just like how the man leave the $1 million in weed yesterday and run. Right? Yeah. But also I have the same issue still. I have a portion of weed that went into the Batara police station in my community that picked up and was substituted by something else. And I know you can't do that.
Yeah.
But nobody is asking the question where that is concerned. I still have a problem.
That's not the one with the man who replaced it with blocks and whatever and was
But they were
caught and
talking about
charged.
it had to be a man, can't be a rat.
Yeah, but it's not the one where the police officer was charged.
Which one? We don't know that. You see that?
If it is the same case with the guy who substituted it with blocks, he put red block wrap up in something and whatever.
Right. A police officer was charged?
Yeah, he get caught and charged by a police officer.
Well, I commend the police service for that because they should make that more public for us to know. We should know the name of the police officer too.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen that anywhere. So thanks for telling me.
But I understand that it is work in progress, that even outside of the state of emergency, these extraordinary conditions, that we must have a police service that can improve, and that will be a even
so when the police
greater
officer
test.
started when they started where their body comes.
I would like to know that as well, Mr. Barataria. I would like to know that as well, and I will continue to advocate for that to be done. Thank you very much for your views.
You got a nice job, though.
Yeah, man.
Enjoy your day.
You too. Good morning, Mr. West. Welcome.
Good morning, Mr. Fuad. Mr. Fuad, if we understand governance and government in most Commonwealth countries, and especially in Trinidad, more particularly in Trinidad, and when you appoint ministers, each minister has his strengths and his weaknesses, right? And the fact remains is that you have to work on your weakness in order to come to scratch. And I trust and I want to believe that this government is not going to make the mistakes that of the previous government.
Yeah.
Because you have ministers, it's natural, it's normal. You're going to have people who, when they come into politics, they hit the ground running. You have people like Rabachan, you have Jack Warner, you have Julian John and those people.
Yeah.
And you have other people like Shamfa and the other one who was in the Prime Minister office and all these people, Hines and all of them, who had deficits that they weren't able, and the fact and the job, the task of the leader, the head of the cabinet, is to identify the weaknesses in a minister and help them to develop it. And how you do that is why you have in ministries, you have advisors. You do sometimes you have again you look at the role of the permanent secretary, you have deputy permanent secretary. I don't know what really they're doing. They're not like before when you had Basotti and all those people who were there. They were top class. They were permanent secretary. And therefore you cannot have a minister relying on a permanent secretary. And you have to understand the politics, especially when you have permanent secretaries who might have been there for 10 years and working with the previous government. Where is their allegiance? And we talk about permanent secretary being neutral, anonymous, impartial, and ready to serve any government that comes to power. But this is Trinidad. And therefore you need to have advisors to help to work with them in order to deal with their weaknesses. And that is all that is required. It's only 6 months this man has been there.
Yeah.
He's not used to politics. He was a public officer, a police officer. That is a new arena that he's gotten into.
Yeah.
And it will take some time for him to get his feet wet, as it were, right? And to get his bearing. But he himself must be willing to improve himself, to make the necessary improvement. But I am not going to be hard on Alexander because I know the agenda of the opposition.
Exactly.
They're prodding at those that they believe the weak ones.
Yeah.
They're prodding at the top. And let me tell you something. They have a playbook that goes back to 1980, 56. They didn't have that kind of playbook. But from 1986, that playbook's still there. You know, they pull it out already.
Yeah.
So the fact people have to understand that and don't be ruffled by that. The fact remains that Alexander must draw to his attention, and that is the task of and even ministers, those around him. When you go to university, sometimes you have weaknesses. When you're in secondary school, the teacher would call you when he correct your book and put you sit down next to him and tell him this is what you did right. You need to do it. If you want to get it right, you need to do so and so and so and so and so. You mustn't go this way. And each and every one of us need to be coached. That is why in employment you have people be coaching staff right? It's the task of the supervisor, your human resource people to help them along. And you have to do it. Any minister, any head of cabinet who has minister and doesn't and is unable to recognize and to help those people deal with the weaknesses, well then they stand the consequences.
Yeah.
So I'm saying there's no need to be that hard on the man. He has strength. He carries with him strength. He does have strength, but he may have some weaknesses, and he may be. But the fact remains that you have to help him to develop those, and that shouldn't be in the opening. I shouldn't be talking about that, right? But the fact remains that they are hell bent on undermining.
On drawing blood wherever they can draw first blood.
So people, but that's the nature of the politics,
Yeah.
and that is the kind of politics that they engage in. And they engage in the politics also where you have people who they believe not speaking their language. Their intent is to get about the radio, you know.
Yeah.
In fact, that was the mandate given by a person I saw on a video. He said, get them off, control the media, social media and the radio, get them off. So I am not surprised when people are attacking me because they want the people in this country to remain in the ignorance so that they could continue in office, continue to plunder.
Yeah.
That is what they're about. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you very much. And I would think that the administration has learned as well. So you cannot be overly sensitive to the creation of public opinion by these callers who, some of them not fair at all. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Good morning, Mr. Barker.
Hey, and good morning to you.
What Mr. Barata is talking about wasn't what happened where the police officer was arrested. That was something where they had drugs. They found drugs and they took it to either the Arima or Barataria station, and they replaced one with some blocks.
Yeah, they substituted somebody marijuana.
What he talking about is something happened recently, Saturday, where the police intercepted a vehicle in the Train City area.
Mm-hmm.
I just pulled it up. It was on CNC3 News. And it's on the newspaper. They got 11, imagine that, 11 million in drugs. I think they identify it is marijuana. And the perpetrator escaped.
Oh, okay.
That's what he talking about. Yes, not where the chain one to blocks. And I am saying SOE was a total waste of time. All the SOE did was prevented citizens from coming out on the streets and protesting. That's all it did. The murders continue. I don't know how the commissioner, Guevara, could say crime went down. Listen, every day is 2 and 3 murders. Every day. I have never seen in this country a weekend. Remember last month, 20 murders was recorded from the Friday to the Monday. 20? I mean, they break history. They made history. I think Guerrero should hang his head in shame coming to say crime went down.
Yeah, but that's not...
What is that?
That's not true. The statistics have shown the results. This year, the numbers this year has compared tremendously different, and the record numbers for our entire existence in Trinidad and Tobago, the record numbers were in the last 5 years underneath the PNM administration. It has reduced tremendously now. It's factual information that exists. It's not disputed. They keep a check.
Let me tell you something. It might have been, it would be less compared to last year, but I can't see how I, as a commissioner, there were 20 murders in a weekend. You know what they say? this commissioner, like he haven't learned from, I think it's Williams and the other guy. When from the time they come and they say crime gone down, it increases. Every day you hear in a home invasion. I mean, this is ludicrous. The figure will be less compared to last year, but don't come and talk of crime gone down and every day is 2 and 3 murders.
Yeah,
There are 2 murders in Santa Cruz yesterday.
Yeah, but listen to me. If you're saying that every day it's 2, if you're saying that or 1 or whatever,
3.
right, and it's still less than last year, or almost half of what it was last year, and the year before that, and the year before that, then imagine what it was then. I know we still have a problem, but let us also be fair. There has been a decrease.
1 murder is too much. So whether it's
I agree with you.
God Jesus.
Thank you very much.
That people getting invaded in their home and a commissioner coming and saying crime going down. Crime going down, and every day the families who lose their relative, you know how them feeling?
Yeah.
To hear this man saying crime gone down and the relative get gone down. Look
Yeah.
a woman, she and she boyfriend gone in Val Park for dinner, and as he come out in the car park to go to the car, he get gone down.
Yeah.
You can't even go for dinner again. Man, listen, man.
Thank you very much. I understand your point. Thank you very much. Yeah.
The U.S. not helping. We in a mess. Have a good morning.
You too. Yeah. And with that one, the lines lighten up because people want to respond, obviously. Welcome. Good morning.
Salam alaikum, Baka.
Yeah, wa alaikum salam, brother.
Yeah, peace be upon your Swahud.
And on you. And the whole of Trinidad and Tobago, we wish that peace.
And on the woman, one of Kali and Barataya, may Allah give them knowledge now, boy.
Yeah, and peace be unto them as well. You know, I wish peace for Trinidad and Tobago in general. And I have no problem with us understanding, as I said before, I don't know if there's listen, we still have a serious issue in Trinidad and Tobago pertaining to crime. But if there has been an improvement, oh gosh, find it in yourself to just admit that it have an improvement. Because you cannot be now highlighting something as though you couldn't see it before. God, just be real with we now. Just be real. That's all I'm saying. We trying to be real here with you. Be real with us now, oh gosh.
For a big man like that, right, and for a big man, right, it brainwash education. This is what I tell you about the white man destroy their brain, you know. Destroy we brain, you know. You understand? Because I listen Penny budget reprisal, right? What she replied to the budget, right? She's saying that everything that the Kamala administration going and do, what is good is, she said that they had it, right? Forward, they had it. What's to give them, right? But they didn't give them for 9 years. All what she going and implement, she said that is what we was going and give them for the past 9 years, right? It's lie back forward. Because if you could not get them for the 9 years, what Kamala going and do, right? They're trying to make it feel like the PNM was going and do that. Forward is a blatant lie because they know all the time, right? That when Kamala sent off the CPF worker, them know how much money they're making, the children have to go to school, how much money gonna last if they need to buy it. They didn't know that all the time, Baka.
Yeah.
They're supposed to know that.
I don't take them on too much, and we would be wrong and unfair to ourselves if we take them on too much. Let us try to be fair. Let us understand we have a constant problem with this crime. It has improved in certain ways, and we need more improvement. That's an acceptable position. But don't come to tell you're seeing it now, but you couldn't see it before, when it was worse before. Nobody ain't going to really accept that. Thank you very much, brother. We coming to an end here.
Yeah, bless you.
Yeah, man. Peace and blessings. Yeah. Good morning, caller. We just coming to end, right? So you have to keep it brief.
Yes, after morning. The lady who called, right, she's so blinded that she's actually saying that she don't see that the last couple of years ago how high the crime rate was over 600 and something. That woman's so blinded and don't want to admit it, that crime actually dropped by.
Yeah. I mean, it might still have, it's still bad,
Yeah,
but it has improved. Just say it improved, and we're hoping for better again. That is all. Just be fair.
I don't listen to this when you're talking by. But the other thing, Fred, she's talking about the SOE. Back to me, the SOE is not affecting in the basic everyday working person. No way, no. The only people affected by the SOE is the people involved with criminal activities known to the police.
Yeah.
And they can understand that they can't see that they have no restrictions to the everyday working man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Enjoy it.
Yeah, man. You too. And we have also conceded that as well, that this extraordinary time of SOE, that it is not a total solution, obviously, and that we need to move out of this period into a regular period of policing that is also successful. But we have a tremendous problem that we are fighting against, and we are happy that there has been some improvement, but there's a lot of improvement and a lot of work still to be done. Good morning, Mr. Alexander. Don't study all the theatrics and things. Focus on the work ahead of you as well, because you have a tremendous responsibility. Blessings to all of Trinidad and Tobago. Peace, peace, as my brother say. Peace, peace, and love to everyone. Take care.
With Jesus.
This is the voice of